Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has signed the 2020 budget into law. Now, this isn't just the country's largest ever budget. It's also the first one that he's ever approved on time without delay during his 2 terms in office. Now, the funding plan for the 2020 fiscal year includes new tax hikes from the nation's capital, Abuja. Ihaza has all the details.
The budget, tagged Budget of Sustaining Growth and Job Creation, is Nigeria's biggest bill ever, estimated at $29 billion. It tops the previous record spending plan of 2018 at about $25 billion. President Muhammadu Buhari, while presenting the budget to lawmakers on Tuesday, disclosed that the financial plan is based on the proposed increase in value-added tax VAT rate from 5% to 7.5%. According to President Buhari, the finance plan to increase VAT is targeted at helping the government generate more revenue from domestic tax to fund the huge bill. The additional revenue from the increase in VAT rate is meant to be used to fund healthcare, education and infrastructure. The president also revealed that the finance plan contains some notable provisions which is aimed at supporting micro, small and medium-sized businesses, something tax specialists say is a good move by the government.
It is a welcome idea because of the fact that majority of the small and medium scale enterprise are exempted from charging and remitting VAT. So that means that the poor people are not negatively affected. And it is a progressive tax.
Nigeria has one of the lowest tax rates in the world, and the government has struggled for years to raise revenues in Africa's top oil producer. VAT only accounted for about 10% of the federal government's revenue for its 2019 budget, and experts say VAT increment alone may not be significant in cushioning the country's recurrent expenditure, which stands at about 50% of the 2020 budget.
We're not making enough to even meet our recurrent expenditure. So, if the federal government will actually meet its own recurrent expenditure, we need to expand our revenue generation greatly. Because if we can generate as much as 10 trillion to fund the budget, which is multiplying what we are currently doing by 2, then it is going to be so easy for all of our recurrent expenditure, the salary increase to be met.
Although the 2020 budget has now been signed into law, the finance plan to increase VAT still requires the approval from the lower chamber of the National Assembly and President Muhammadu Buhari before January 2020, when the budget will take full effect. Ihaza, CGTN, Abuja.